Players not getting paid, chairman not wanting to put the money in. He's left the club with masses of debt. He'd not paid a penny. Start of our demise really started with Peter Swan. We came in throwing lots of money at the club, which is great as a fan. You know, you don't really think of the bigger picture at the time. You think, oh great, we're signing this player, we're signing that player. You don't think about the money involved. You know, we'd had good times with being in the Championship. We beat Newcastle at our place. We'd beat Crystal Palace away. It was just a good time. You know, he's come in, he's wanted to replicate that, and it's not happened. The money that he's thrown at it has eventually disappeared, it's dried up, and then he's got other businesses that haven't gone to plan for him. Gambling debt, and ultimately he's basically stepped away as chairman. The fans have had pitch invasions, you know, stopping the game against Woking. Just enough was enough, really. It's sad to see that, you know, that's happening to your club, but at times it has to happen. We've had a winding up order from HMRC, unpaid debts, there's been unpaid player wages. The club's up for sale, we've been looking for a buyer, and then out of the blue we get a buyer. Happened really quickly, by the name of David Hilton. He's come in, saved the club in people's eyes, not everybody's eyes, lots of people's eyes though, mine included, part of the Iron Hour podcast, and we went and interviewed him at Ilkeston, and basically he told us what was happening. He told us about signings that we were making that have actually happened. You know, he told us everything we wanted to hear basically, and he's come across calmly about it, as you'd expect.
Having already dealt with one failing club owner, you'd hope this saviour would bring new life to the club. Sadly, that was not the case.
I've got a friend that played for the club. I'd heard a few whispers from him about unpaid wages, and not just himself, but other members of staff as well. Yeah, he got rid of the academy as well. Cost-cutting measure. He was going to move his new grounds. He'd not paid for Glanford Park and the land. It was just all a bit of a mess. Well, it wasn't a bit of a mess, it was a massive mess. You don't want to believe it. I'll be honest, I didn't want to believe it. You know, why would you? You're hearing someone taking over your club and basically they're not doing everything that they should be doing. Yeah, I was taken in by it, I'll be honest. Not my greatest moment. But we all have them, don't we? You know, I was blinded by the light. Ultimately, David Hilton stepped away, basically with masses of debt. He'd not paid a penny to anything or anybody, so there's people, you know, wanted money. He's left the club in a massive mess, worse than Peter Swan did, in all fairness. He promised us the world, David Hilton, and gave us nothing.
This is more than just two teams fighting for 3 points on a Saturday. It's a passion, and for many it's 90 minutes away from reality.
It was a dark time for Scunthorpe United, being in mountains of debt.
So we've been relegated again. National League North, regional football. Scunthorpe United, you know, my team is down in front of me. It's come down to the stage where we're thinking it's going to be the final game, the end of Scunthorpe United. Players haven't been getting paid, staff members haven't been getting paid. We thought the club was going to fold, which was a distressing time for lots of people, myself included. You know, I will be honest with you, I shed a tear at the thought of not being able to watch Scunthorpe United. And I wasn't the only one. It's heartbreaking when it happens to your club. I wouldn't want it to happen to my worst enemy.
Gareth has a long history with the club, making its collapse that much tougher.
I've supported them since I was 10. My dad supported Preston North End. They were playing at the old showground against Scunthorpe. He took me, my brother and sister along. Obviously he wanted us to watch Preston win. Never happened. Scunthorpe won 4-0. I've supported Scunthorpe ever since that day. My other memory is Gareth Sheldon scoring 2 goals against Swansea 1999 in the playoff semi-final. Got us to the final, which we won against Leyton Orient.
We may not be Premier League, we may not even be Football League anymore. Players come and go, managers come and go. There's one constant through it all, and that's you and I.
The atmosphere at these games shows how passionate the fans are, so these fans took it upon themselves to do something about their problem.
Myself and the rest of the Iron Hour podcast, Iron Brew, another podcast that we have at the club, Tom set up a GoFundMe page basically to raise money for the staff members for payment, you know, pay some wages. And it started off at 5,000 just to try and raise 5,000. We made it to 10, then we had to be changed to like 20,000. I think in the end we got around 70,000 collected to pay wages. It's credit to everybody involved in that, not just Scunthorpe fans from across the country, across the world. Rivals as well, Grimsby Town, you know, their chairman, their fans putting money in as well, you know.
Everyone behind the scenes appreciates massively the efforts that everyone's gone to in the last 24 hours. Over £50,000 raised on the GoFundMe as well, and we cannot thank you enough for that. But now, time to turn our attention to the players on the pitch. Be loud, be proud. This is our club. This is Scunthorpe United, and united we shall stand to the very end.
Despite their efforts, the club was bankrupt and things didn't look good.
So everybody wanted to be there for that game, thinking it was going to be our last game. Fortunately, it wasn't. We've had new owners come in that have got the club at heart. You know, they're local people, they're from the community, they've been with the club, they've seen its up and downs, and ultimately wanted to save it. Do it for the community. Because with, you know, the steelworks at Scunthorpe, there's talk of that closing down or losing lots of jobs there. It's a big thing, steelworks in the town. And so if the steelworks goes and the football club goes, what have people got? It's something to look forward to on a Saturday. Get away from it all, vent your frustrations or whatever you need to do. You just go down to the football and get it all out.
After all this turmoil, things are finally looking sunny for Scunny United.
Now, how are we doing this season? Really well. We're second as I speak right now in the National League North. So things are looking well, you know, it's in our hands. Really, we've just got to do what we've got to do, aren't we, on the pitch? Got to do the talking on the pitch. The fans have been excellent, you know, they've got behind them. We took 1,700 away to Farsley Celtic. It's a good time right now to be a fan of Scunthorpe United. We're actually winning games. We're feeling positive. If you're watching this and you live local, go, enjoy it. You know, be a part of something special. Because, you know, the board have come in, like I said, the local people, they want the best for Scunthorpe United. So they've supported us as fans, as the community. It's up to us to support them.
What an inspiring story of football fans rallying behind their club to ensure that something they love does not disappear forever. Businessmen took advantage of something that people are truly passionate about. So now that the club sits in the hands of the people who care for the team, Scunthorpe United has a bright future ahead of it. Comments of support came from everywhere, no matter who you supported. So pleased for all Scunny fans. Hope that's a corner turned and it's good times ahead. Good luck for the rest of the season. And good to see. Happy your club was saved. As always, thanks for watching Happiest. If you like this video, then be sure to follow our other social pages for more uplifting videos like this. And if you have any of your own videos you'd like to share, be sure to send them in.